I have no more to say to you except save my husband. Please.
Get away from the gate. The village is under siege.
Whoever you are, go away.
The gates remain sealed.
Pringle's ways are certainly curious. A brother and sister quarreling for 7 years.
As if every family in Floster lives like that.
They go at it like beasts.
Away from the gate. The village is under siege.
Whoever you are, go away.
The gates remain sealed. Those are our orders.
Hey, who are you? Where's the village guard?
And who are you? Another relation of the headman's?
I'm Kamas, the smith. George and I were trapped in the mill for the longest time. When we realized the guards weren't coming, we tried to break out. I managed to escape, but it looks like George didn't. Damn it, they'll kill him.
Show me the way to the mill. Let's see what's left of him.
How are you? Are you all right?
My fight isn't over yet. Wait, I know Comos, but who are you?
It's a long story. All you need to know is, I'm acting at the behest of the prince.
The prince sent you from Marcella then. Where are the guards? They promised to keep us safe.
Last I saw, they were hiding behind the gates like a clutch of shy schoolgirls.
Do you hear, Comos? The miller was right. We've been fed nothing but lies. There's no guards. Just bandits in marching outfits.
But he's got the paper with the magic crest and seal. He was sent by the Archmage, wasn't he?
Use your head, Comos. Did he actually let anyone read it? I haven't seen it. He just waved it in front of my nose. They're bandits, all right. And their papers are fake. They'll just bleed us for a little while, then disappear back to their hidey hole.
There's no way I'm allowing that. Time to get our spears.
What is he hoping, that the guards will let him in?
Oh, Comos doesn't need the gates to get inside. He knows every secret in the village. We'll open the gate and throw that riffraff out. And those we keep will be punished, as is our custom.
That's not even funny, headman. Peasants against guards? They'll slay you all.
Well, I reckon we could count on your help. Don't tell me you're gonna leave the village high and dry now.
Very well. I will deal with it my way. Don't go anywhere.
I was told to stay here, so here I'll stand. No point in being cocky.
Thanks for saving George. Now we should stop Comos before he makes a mess.
I hope I'm not too late for the interesting bit.
Glad to meet you, friends. Have you been here long?
Damn immigrants.
Hey, heard the new joke about the... toe, sword in hand, the whole bit. Just like a knight from a painting. And the Savior sees 3 fools from Gloucester.
Glad to meet you, friends.
Hardest toil around.
Have you been here long? Are you looking for work? How goes the search?
Not good. The construction work pays pennies and it's back-breaking labor. No luck with the mages either.
Who should I be today? Peacekeeper or Blade of Vengeance?
Brigville's ways are certainly curious. A brother and sister quarreling for 7 years.
As if every family in Gloucester lives in harmony.
They go at it like beasts, like they want to kill each other.
Ha! Beasts, exactly. They both studied with the Druids and then Edgar decided to make some money from what he learned.
Bravo to that. I approve of his business acumen.
We all do, except for Aro, who has a soft spot for animals.
Why waste your time worrying about animals? Without the creator's spark, they're nothing but dumb creatures.
I'll keep this brief. Disperse.
Why would we do that? No way. These freeloaders made fools of us all. They ate our food, drank our wine, and lived here like serpent kings. They promised to protect us, but they're no more handy in a fight than a plate of soggy biscuits. I'll show them. I'm going to beat the nonsense out of them.
I am a representative of the Crown and Prince Adrian. Calm down, all of you. Especially you, Smith.
Fine, fine. We submit ourselves to the authority of the Crown. What's the point in arguing? Calm down, lads. The King's people are here. They'll deal with these rogues. I'm waiting for you to talk to this bunch. Let them keep quiet and we won't hurt them. For now.
Are you in charge? Tell those goons of yours in the square to get lost, or I cannot guarantee your safety.
Hey, who are you anyway? Why should I trust you?
Because if you don't, I'll help the villagers massacre you all. Do you think a handful of panicked guards is enough to challenge us?
I see. What a life, huh? I don't want to start my journey to the underworld in this hole. Everybody, return to our yard. There'll be no fight today. The Marcellans give their word.
A wise decision. Now, explain to me who you are and what you're doing here.
Very well. I'm sick of the lies. We're from the Mage Factory. We work as guards there. They sent us to Rickville to fetch supplies, and here we are. Luggy must have possessed us.
You mean you were dispatched before the disaster?
I know nothing about any disaster. We weren't at the Mage Factory that night. They sent us to Rickville for provisions. We followed orders, that's all. What do we do now? We'll be arrested as deserters. They probably won't even bother questioning us. Just hang us from the trees. Or maybe a sharp blade would make a better end. That's why I made up the story about the Archmage. I wanted to buy some time.
You've quite a passion for uninventive lies. Best stay here until everything is settled.
Well, we don't have anywhere else to go. I told you everything!
I'm tired of living here. How anyone can tread on a peasant's...
Creator, save us. This is Hugo's medallion. What happened to him?
Your son got fired, became a thief, and ended up in a cage outside a tavern in Marcella. How ironic.
Who's guarding him? That big brute Garlon from the tavern?
What's so interesting about this Garland?
He used to take bribes back when he was a guard. Everyone knows it. No reason it shouldn't work now. I implore you, take it. It's all I have. Please, give this purse to Hugo before it's too late. Take it to Hugo, I beg you.
Did you see that tiny little garden?
Hey, farmer. Do you recognize this medallion?
Of course I do. Belongs to my son, Hugo.
Your son got fired from his job, became a thief, and ended up in a cage. Ironic, isn't it, headman?
That insolent brat. That mama's boy. What a disgrace. I spent so much time on him. So much effort. And he just... well, it's nothing to do with me. Tell them he's not my son. And I won't do nothing to help him. The son of Rickville's headman cannot be a thief. Go to the people who caught him and tell them this. The law says misdeeds must be punished. So punished he will be. He'll live. Maybe even get a little sense beaten into him.
I'll tell you more. Askold used to talk a lot about this crypt he stumbled upon. Told me it's full of gold left behind by the sun.
Do you think I'm your enemy? Your pet wolf stole my totem.
It is for the good of nature.
You've been alone in the woods for so long, it's driven you mad. Sorry, the animals are not for sale right now.
I've never heard of animals becoming untamed.
I can't do anything about it. The animals no longer obey me. I lost my druidic totem, the tool I used to tame them. Or to be more precise, it was stolen.
By whom?
A wolf came out of the woods and snatched it. My sister sent it.
Why? Was it revenge? Or a rivalry?
No. Arrogaster and I are not rivals. We had a falling out 7 years ago, when she became a hermit. She lives near the Thousand-Year Oak, and follows the way of the elven druids. She's against me handling animals. All she does is watch over them and heal them when needed. But I can't live her way. I don't want to either. I've gone to the Oak and tried to reason with her so many times. But I cannot get her to listen. My heart is sinking. After all, she is family.
Do you want the totem back?
Yes. You need to catch that wolf and get my totem back. On the other hand, the animal is Arrow's pet. I wish we could reconcile. We haven't spoken in so long.
A druidic totem, a hermit, an ancient oak tree. Were you raised by elves or something?
We grew up in Mercelin. When our parents died, a group of druids took us in. Arrow got wrapped up in their beliefs when she was a kid. I found them interesting too. When we got older, we moved closer to people, and I was able to put some of my druidic knowledge to practical use. My sister was furious. That's it. That's the story.
Do you want the totem back?
How do you like that wonderful fresh bread from our Garrick?
What are the dwarves doing here?
Well, we buy grain here and take it to Riggern. But I don't understand why the Royal Guards had a brush with the locals right now.
It's a long story. And I figured it out. Are you from Ongeborg?
Of course. If you want strong fists and iron beards, talk to Tarif. We dwarves are good fighters, yes.
What are the dwarves doing here? Are you Garrick? Your sister Mercia sends her regards.
Right, Mercia. She never rests, does she? Is she out helping the poor again? Does she need more of my grain to feed another regiment of freeloaders?
I urge you to set aside your emotions and focus on the matter at hand. To wit, the price of your service.
Yes, all right. I was just making conversation. No need to bring prices into it. I'm happy to help, Mercia. I'll send grain and some ham for good measure. However...
Another day, another however...
However, the village has to endorse the decision first. We're a community here. What are people going to say if I just start giving away our grain?
Great. Am I supposed to knock on every door in town and wax poetic about helping thy neighbor?
No, it's not that complicated. Get the village elder, the healer, and the blacksmith to agree. No one will defy their authority. Make sure you talk to all of them. But I'm in no hurry.
Springfield's ways are...
Beasts, exactly. They both studied with the druids in there.
I'm tired of living here.
Take it to Hugo. I bet.
What a slacker! A Loggy's fool! I'll show you, bastard! Ugh!
What? Sorry, that was mesmerizing.
Oh, it's you. Sorry, that was so rude. I was cursing Fontaine. That's my apprentice. I sent him to the fair to get a toolbox, and he just took off.
Did he take your money, too?
He must be at the tavern by the tower. I caught him in the baths last time. I bet he's in there again. If you happen to see him, tell him that Kamos is really eager to have him back. Boy's worse than a trawl.
The refugees are starving. They need food. But Garrick can't supply any grain without your approval.
Yes, I heard something about these unfortunates. I don't oppose helping them, but what are the others in Rickville going to say?
So...
Let's talk again once you've persuaded Aglaya. She's the village healer.
You're the mayor of Rickville? I'm here to ask your approval to send grain to some starving refugees.
I heard about them. What I heard is they're over in Mercia's place, carousing and singing songs. Of course, it would be charitable to help the poor souls.
Yes, very charitable. Highly charitable. Do you consent to provide the grain?
But it wouldn't be right for me to make such an important decision alone. We're a community, after all. What does our dear blacksmith Komos think?
Right.
In our village.
Are you Aglaia the healer? I've got business with you.
Interesting. What's this all about then?
Garrick wants to donate some grain to help the starving refugees. But he needs your approval first.
I'm sure his sister Mercia is behind this. She's such a kind-hearted girl. This is her idea, right? Since you enjoy doing good deeds, can you do something for us this time?
Oh yes, good deeds. They're why I get up in the morning.
It's fairly easy. I just need 4 bunches of flowers from the Pelian marshes. There, beyond the hills. They're called ghost lilies. All these undead roaming about spread diseases, just like rats. The porpoise plague, the coronary infection, the chicken cough. Awful. But in the right preparation, ghost lilies will protect you from all that. Do this for me, and those delightful refugees can have as much as they need.
It's odd that you don't simply pick the flowers yourself. Is there something you're not telling me?
I told you. There are too many undead staggering around. I'm a healer, not a warrior. How's it going? Did you find the flowers?
Was I supposed to?
In that case, I won't hurry with your scroll either. Oh, I can smell the ghost lilies. Did you bring enough?
I sure did. I went all around the swamp, breathing all kinds of rancid stuff.
That's all right. It'll wear off. And for problems that don't wear off so easily, I have something left from my days in the capital and a few other things I made myself. I hope they'll be useful for you.
I need your approval to arrange a donation of grain for the refugees from the mage factory. They're starving, you know.
Yes, why not do a good deed? I approve. Let everybody know it. Are you heading to the Mage's Tower? I've a request for you.
What is it?
I understand. You have your own tasks. But is there any way you could check something for me? I'm worried about my niece.
What happened to her?
Her name's Yvonne. I haven't seen her for 10 days now. She said she was heading to the tower to meet a friend. Of course, she's an adult now, but I'm still worried.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm tired of living here. How much longer must we slave away for that, George?
At least he pays. Anyway, we can't return to Parnak.
But maybe things have settled down by now.
I very much doubt it.
I'm here about the grain for the mage factory refugees. The healer gave her consent.
Well, yes, of course. I'll always support a kind deed. That troll-faced little...
Grain. Starving refugees. The village can help.
As if we don't have enough problems of our own.
My good man. Everyone's in favor of this charitable act. The smith, the healer, that Garrick of yours. What makes you an exception?
Have they now? All in favor, are they? Well, I guess I am too. Let's feed these unfortunates. Cost be damned. Tell Garrick to load up the cart. He'll live. Maybe even get a...
So you had some too?
I sure did. So sour you could hardly force it.
What are the dwarves doing here?
Well, we buy...
I got the support of everyone on the list. What now?
See? There are no bad people in our village. We'll get those refugees fed after all. Soon their bellies will be bloated with wholesome food instead of malnutrition. We don't need a card. I made arrangements with a trusted contact outside Marcella. I'll send him a message and he'll get the victuals to you in due course. Meanwhile, let's talk about how the refugees are gonna repay us.
Oh. Something in line with the Serpent people? Tyranny, slavery, shackles?
Order is order. Let them fix our mill, and Kamos can always use some extra hammering at his smithy. That way they won't be parasites, but working people just like us.
That wonderful fresh bread from our dairy.
This bread is so good. I could just eat until I drop. Bread! From Garrick!
Wonderful!
Your brother was a big help. We finally have enough food for everyone. You're the one who brought us bread? May Eliu protect you. And cheese? I thought I'd never want to eat again.
How could I be so
But that cheese.
Yes, Rickville is famous for its cheeses.
Weren't you afraid to come this way? Everyone else is.
Not us Rickvillians. All we care
so
about is a person's
hungry.
work ethic. What can you do, for example?
I'm a carpenter. Or rather, I was.
Has Garrick's grain arrived yet?
Yes, we have plenty of food now. I cannot even fathom how to properly thank you for your help. Luckily, my little Willie came to my aid.
What, is he solemnly going to present me his bird-shaped whistle?
The other day, Willie was digging for worms by the river when he chanced upon an ancient ring. After I washed away the dirt, it turned out to be quite a thing of beauty. Please accept it as a token of our gratitude. Oh, and the refugees discovered something interesting over across the fields. Would you mind taking a look?
You're the one who brought us bread? May Eliu... Cheese? I thought I'd never want to eat again.
I've been thinking, how can I repay you for your help? We have nothing.
Clearly.
Still, I do have an idea. I found a place not many know about. Until recently, I thought it was just a rumor. And then I found it. It's a mysterious dungeon filled with magic, treasure, artifacts, and such things.
You've seen this with your own eyes? I find that hard to believe.
Well, no, I haven't actually seen it. I'm smart enough to stay away from danger. There's this spook at the entrance. Terrifying. Like a guard dog. He frightens everyone who tries to enter. But why guard an empty dungeon? There must be something valuable inside.
Exactly where is this dungeon of yours?
I'll show you on the map. It's not far. Maybe there'll be some magic that'll help restore the mage factories. That'd be great. By the way, there are rumors that Bludgeon already sent his boys in there, led by a certain Lucky. Be careful.
Who's this Lucky fellow?
By reputation, he's a notorious burglar. Bludgeon would send him off at night to rob people's homes.
How do you know him? You're not a local.
Well, the locals told me. He wasn't a good person. And then supposedly, he met his end in those dungeons.
Who's this Lucky fellow?
By reputation, he's a notorious...
You're the one who brought us bread? May Eliu protect... Why did you... And cheese? I thought I'd never want to eat again.
As you can see, things are definitely improving in the refugee camp. Some generous folks from Rickville donated bread, and even promised employment for you. I held up my end of the bargain. Now you do the same.
It's time for me to go. There's no reason for me to stay here anymore.
What do you mean, go? You agreed to tell me about the mage factory, or don't you recall?
Yes, I must tell you. It's just that my missus... But what do you care about her, right? Let's get straight to the meat of the matter. I'll tell you everything I saw myself and heard from others. But don't get your hopes up. I don't know who made it happen, nor why. Still, I can tell you about one of the culprits. Listen. The guards often let outsiders in for a fee. There were visitors that night, too. Ulagi knows what they were doing there. but it seems there was some kind of explosion. The way to the main gate was blocked. We were attacked by, I don't know, monsters. I never saw anything like them before. It was a massacre. Fortunately, I knew where to run. I managed to save myself and the others.
That's it? Who should I look for next?
Find Titus, a centurion from the Mage Factory. I'm sure that blackguard knows far more than I do. I know not who he answers to, nor who paid him. But when everyone bolted for the gates, neither Titus nor his guards were there. He left everyone behind to be torn apart. He knew what was going to happen and fled. It's his fault.
He panicked like all the others. You too ran without looking back.
Yes, I ran. While my wife stayed there in the magic shop. She was on the night shift, you see, while I slept. I left her. Not a day, not an hour has passed that I do not think about her. But while we wandered, all these people needed my help. I couldn't leave them either. But now I'm going back to find her. And no quarantine will keep me away. Mark my words. Look for Titus and his cowardly guards. I have nothing more to tell you.
I'm performing good deeds for a change.
I could just...
Should I make it a habit?
How come we're so rich?
You saved him! Creator bless you! And those good-for-nothings at the outpost got their just desserts. You saved him! Creator...
Where are you going? Who taught you to drive, Waggy? Huh? Where are you going? I'm rolling along and you're rooted to the spot. Watch your tongue, pigsty. Don't be a smartass. Go back to Foster when you want.
I swear your head man is like the hero of some tragedy. Says he doesn't recognize his son, and the young man must be punished according to the law.
I understand. If the village gets wind of this, he'll stink forever. Don't worry about the kid. He'll spend a week or two in the cage, and get a couple of dozen stripes across his back, that's all. You have my word. Serve him right, too. That lout was spoiled rotten.
Indeed. His is but a minor role in the comedy of life. Just like his doting mother.
Oh, speaking of Cora, Mama's boy tried to bribe me with this strange letter. Not like I got any use for it, I can't read. Guess those guard lessons didn't do me much good. You might as well take it, looks important. Maybe you can use it. Don't fret. We won't punish him as hard as all that.
Stupid mongrels, all of you. Go away. Stupid mongrels, all of you. Go away.
I'm tired of living here. How much longer must we slave away for that, George?
At least he paid.
Keep your gold. I don't bother with tiny bribes.
Ugh. It always ends up George's way. Why? What if they beat him to death?
If it were down to me, I'd chop off his hand. Be thankful, farmer, that I am not the Queen of Nostria. Look at you, the Mage Factory's captain of the guard, and such a poor liar.
What do you mean?
A charge of treason, Titus. But to be honest, I still don't know. What are you, really? Are you a coward who deserted his post in a crisis? Or a villain who deliberately doomed the people of Mon Patry?
Very well. You win. Let me unburden my conscience. 2 aristocrats came to the Mage Factory that night, their faces hidden under masks. They had a guest pass from Palatinus, the mage from the lab who's in charge of poisons. Then there was an explosion that made the ground shake. We're guards, you know, not heroes. We ran so fast you'd think Ulogi was chasing us.
Of what use are you to me? You saw nothing.
Of course I bolted. Do you have any idea what Palatinus is capable of? I do. One of my men once stepped in a colorful puddle near the laboratory. He and the man in the bunk next to him suffered a horrible death. 2 more lost their minds. And for what? For the good of Nostria and His Majesty? That night I heard cries from Palatinus' laboratory. An explosion and some shouts were enough for me. I ran and took my people with me. I ran as far as I could.
So, this is all the fault of that mage, Palatinus. Can you prove it?
What do you think? Here it is, the guest letter, with his signature and his personal seal. Take it. Hang me or pardon me, your choice. I might be a coward, but our spears are of no use against poison. I told you everything I know, truly. Ask Palatinus. If he still lives, that is.
Brigville's ways are certainly curious. A brother and sister.
As if every family in Floster lives in harmony.
They go at it like beasts, like they want to kill each other.
Then Edgar decided.
I've encountered many a ghost and spirit.
The soul seal has returned to its rightful place. It will warm us. Even the dead must be loyal to their oaths. I swore allegiance to the crown. As the keeper of this cemetery, I owe you. There are many warriors here. Their hearts turned to dust long ago, and their eye sockets are long empty. But their spirits still long for battle. They will serve you as a token of my respect.
Even realize what you've done.
What do you mean? I followed the book.
What book? You were supposed to figure this out yourself.
You had better think this through. Give me the guards, or a few dozen golems.
Get the aqueduct.
Quit shivering, you worthless wretch. You're safe now.
Glory to the four gods. Ugh, I ought to move somewhere else. Anywhere. To the Albion Highlands if need be. There's no life for me here.
And where is your boss? You know, the Joker?
He's in Marcella. Went there to appease the magistrate. Let's hope he can get the water running before he reaches the capital. By the way, Pitt left us something, in case you were successful recovering the crystal. Here you go. Now, I'm going to take a nap. It's been a hellishly long day.
I told you my godmother wasn't lying about the undead.
Calm down, Deli. Nobody's chasing us. They're all back at the cemetery. Once Far and Kudlay mend the cart, we'll continue our journey.
Continue with what? Are you going to pull the cart? Because the horse has fled.
Ugh, you always have a horse.
Lovely rattlebox. I'd like to take it on a tour of the Black Castle. I've never seen magic like this. How interesting. Sucking the life force from every living thing. Dark magic. What else could it be?